Oh shit. Hi everyone, Sailor Moon here, Sailor Mini Moon here, and today we're going to talk about, the bullying that went on and how Duane got bullied, you know, from 2008 YL to about 23rd between YL. And why are we making a film talking about that? Because it is something that is worth talking about. Now, I know some folks out there will say when you put yourself out there on the interweb or put yourself out there, you're going to get folks who hate your work. Now, yes, but that's not the forgiveness to say, oh, if you put yourself out there, you're going to get folks who are going to guilt you and shame you, folks that are either going to besmirch your name, or folks that are going to pick on you and bully you. And I guess that goes for anything in life. So it's almost like their forgiveness, like someone's like, well, that's what happens. Now, did we ever do anything to any of these folks that no. The ones who chose to either guilt us or shame us or besmirch his name, or to bully him or pick on him, never knew them, never did anything to them, but folks came on from 2008 YL to 23rd 23rd between YL, believing that Duane was some smooth goal. These folks that, for whatever grounds, sake or why, they felt that either they had to shame him and guilt him for making these films, besmirch his name, or thought that they could bully him and pick on him because they had nothing good to do. Now, at the end of the day, we don't know these folks, never had any dealings with them, never said anything to them, but they would come out of the woodwork back in the day, and either they would either guilt or shame Duane for making these films you see here today, or, besmirch his name by making up things and say he did things and said things when he never did. At the end of the day, it was not needed. And this was before, this was before Hyde Worker from Fairway came along. This is before that. So all you had was the block or the forbid. But all it really did was just stop someone from following you or, playlisting or, thumbing up your films or whatever. That's all it did. It didn't stop them from coming to your Fairway. They could still watch your films. And if they felt like it, they could flag them. So, yeah. Now, a lot of folks out there, a lot of these folks who were guilty of that behavior thought that this was wrong. Well, it's not wrong. But they truly thought it was sinful or unlawful, and thought that Duane should be guilted and shamed, or either have his name besmirched for doing this. You want to go on now, Sailor Mini Moon? Yeah, you're right, Sailor Moon. At the end of the day, Duane never said or did anything wrong to any of these folks. But they would show up, they would write mean things on the films, they would write, all kinds of mean things on the Fairway, and some of them would even, guilt him and shame him for playing with dolls or making films with Sailor Moon dolls in it as if it was some kind of sinful, unlawful thing. And they like to go around and say that they were grown up and that they were doing all these, grown up things. But yeah, when you think of bullying, you think that's some kind of childish behavior, but sadly, the folks that did this were all grown up. But at the end of the day, Duane never did anything wrong to any of these folks. And there was no ground, sake or why, for why Duane should be bullied, or picked on, or shamed, or guilted, or have his name besmirched, all because he liked to come on and make films with the Sailor Moon dolls, you know. And this went on, starting from 2008 YL to 23rd between FYL was how long this behavior went for, you know. And they also would do things like fake flagging, you know. There was the hacking, which befell the first fairway, and then there was the fake flagging of the films, you know. They started doing that. So at the end of the day, the bullying, the shaming and guilting and besmirching of Duane was never needed. So yeah, at the end of the day, we don't think it was a cool thing at all, because it was not. We don't know why it was done. We don't know why those folks did it, but it was sad. Alright, we'll bring it back to you, Sailor Moon. Thank you. Well, if you like this film, then follow me over here at Sailor Moon for Life. Oh, my neck. Watch the other film we made yesterday over here. I, Sailor Moon Serena. I, Sailor Small Moon Reenie. And we'll see you later. Goodbye.